How we doing, guys? And it's finished. Arsenal 2, Brentford 0. And we are back to winning ways. And it's another clean sheet. I was a little bit more nervy than I would have liked. But at the end of the day, it's all about winning. It's all about picking up 3 points. And it's all about going again. You know, when you've had a bad result and you've drawn a game, you have to get going again. You have to start winning. And I said that when I was speaking about the game, you know, after it finished against Chelsea. It would be a good point if we beat Brentford. If we don't, then we can start to ask a few questions. And that leads me perfectly on to what I want to say next. And as I've got a little bit older, some might say a little bit wiser, but I've also become able to recognize, you know, when teams do well, when teams are doing something that you can acknowledge, you know, maybe it's become a bit humble. But yeah, listen, Chelsea, for the last 72 hours, you've really pushed us in this race for the Premier League title. You've really made me worried. It's been a really tough 72 hours. It's been, you know, sleepless nights, worried, thinking about how you're going to chase us down, how you're the best team on the planet, and that performance against us shows that you're ready to lift the Premier League title in May. But yeah, for the last 72 hours, fair play. Fair play. But all good runs come to an end. And tonight it came to an end against Leeds United, who were in the relegation zones. Well done, Chelsea. You mugs! Mugs! Shut your mouth. All I've heard is that since Sunday. Blah, 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 blah. That's why you're not going to win the Premier League. Be quiet. After that game, it was, we're in a title race. We're in a title race. You lose this game and it'll go back to, but we was never in a title race anyway. We only wanted to secure top 4. Make your minds up. Clowns. Move on. Next. Anyway, we picked up the 3 points and that is all I care about. And like I said, it was a little bit nervy at times. A little bit nervy. I thought Brentford played well. I thought, you know, they're a dangerous side at the end of the day. They've had some really, really good results this season. They've beaten Liverpool, but I suppose at the same time, a lot of teams have beaten Liverpool this season. You know, they gave Manchester City a good run in their game. I think they beat Chelsea. But yeah, listen, they've had some really good results, albeit at home in comparison to away. But in the second half, I felt they had a lot of the ball, and I felt it was one of those games where I was watching it and thinking, oh, this has got all the makings of one of those sucker punches right at the end. You know, we drew this game last season, and there's been a lot of comparisons this season with games we dropped points in last season and how different, you know, we've been this year, and we're picking up points and the difference is massive. And again, it's another game where we've rectified what we did wrong last season and picked up an extra 2 points. And that's all we can do, is just keep winning our games. And it's a big one before we play Villa at the weekend. Villa are flying, 3rd in the Premier League. And it's going to be a tough, tough, tough game at Villa Park. Early kickoff as well. One thing I will say is that I hope William Saliba is back and available. Mosquera injured tonight. Don't know what the situation is, how bad it is or whatever. And what I will say about Mosquera and Hencape is that for as well as they've done and everything else, the reality is that they're still new to this league. They're still, you know, new to the club. And for them to have the same kind of dominance and be the players that build the platform from the back in the same way that Saliba and Gabriel does. It's going to take time. It's going to take more than a season. You know, it's not going to happen overnight. If you remember when Gabriel first signed for us, he had some mad moments within him. But William Saliba is so important to the way that we build up our play from the back and how effortless he does things, and it's comfortable and it's just simplistic. And that's just the best way of putting it. You know, Mosquera can play when Saliba or Gabriel's there alongside, and the same with Hencape. But it's a big ask, you know, for the both of them. But, you know, they've done 2 games, or well, game and a half. Like I said, Mosquera's got himself injured now. But they've done what they need to do. And it's another game with another clean sheet. And, you know, we've only conceded more than 1 goal in a game once this whole entire season. That was against Sunderland. They are the only team to score more than 1 goal against us in a game. That is a crazy statistic. And we're in December now. You know, this is not like October or something. It's a mad statistic. But William Saliba, I hope he's back. Because him and Hencape, I got no problem with. I think they'll be absolutely fine. But saying that as well, Jurriën Timber comes on tonight, goes in at right centre-back. Ben White, so pleased for him and his performance. I thought he was really, really good. Got an assist for the first goal. But I think it just kind of shows our strength in depth right now, that we can bring on Gyökeres, Saka, Eza, Timber, and we still got the likes of Gabriel Jesus on the bench. It's absolutely insane when you think about it. So, yeah, listen, at the end of the day, like I said, it's all about the 3 points right now. It's all about, you know, getting back on your bike and going on another ride and seeing where this takes us. And, yeah, all we can do is keep winning. All we can do is just keep doing what we're doing. When you're looking at the Premier League table, we can't discredit Aston Villa because, you know, if they get a result against us, they're right in the thick of it. But if we win that game and, you know, we've got Villa coming up in quick succession, they're the team that we've got this year where you play them twice within the space of a month. So 2 really difficult games. The one thing I would say is that I probably would rather play them at the moment at Villa Park than I would at the Emirates. And I know that might sound weird, but I'm going by previous results because of late, we've had some really good results at Villa Park. And of late, we've had some really poor results at the Emirates. So that's my thought process behind it. But, you know, if you're looking at it, you're probably looking at Man City as the team that are going to be chasing us down. They're not the same Man City they were. As much as Pep Guardiola wants to give his rally cries and everything else in press conferences, and, you know, he didn't need to do that when he had the team that were capable of winning the league and chasing teams down. He didn't need to say nothing. They just went out and done it. But now he's talking a lot because he knows deep down this team, they won't be able to. You can't be 5-1 up and hanging on for dear life against Fulham and thinking that you're going to win the Premier League. I'm sorry, but they're not going to do it with that defence, despite as good as Haaland is and Foden's on form and everything else. You're just not going to do it. And then you're looking at everybody else. And like I said, Chelsea, shut up. Tottenham, don't make me laugh. Liverpool, well out of it. And then you've got the likes of Crystal Palace and Sunderland and everything else. And yeah, well, Manchester United down there somewhere, wherever. So, yeah, I think it's pretty much Man City. So we just got to go about our business, do our job, refresh, recharge. It's going to be tough because, you know, the turnaround to Saturday is ridiculous. It's an early kickoff as well, but we both got to do it. So, yeah, it is what it is. We got the 3 points. We move on. And it's as simple as that. So, listen, there we go. What more can I say? Yeah, Marino with a goal, Saka with a goal, clean sheet, job done. Thank you and good night. So, listen, there we go. You know what to do if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button, smash a like on this video, and I will see you a lot soon. I'm out of here.